ready to explore the galaxy.
Always. Where are we headed?
This time we're going deep into Encounter at Farpoint, the episode that kicked off Star Trek, The Next Generation.
The one that introduced the world to Picard and the Enterprise D.
Exactly. And even though it first aired decades ago, it still has a lot to say about humanity's place in the universe and how we deal with the unknown.
Right off the bat, it throws us into the deep end with Q.
Oh yeah, Q.
And that question he puts to humanity.
Are we ready for the big leagues or just a bunch of kids messing around with starships?
Pretty much. It's a trial by fire for Picard and the whole crew.
Talk about a rough first day on the job, right? You're about to take this brand new starship out for a spin and suddenly, bam, this all-powerful being shows up.
And he's not exactly subtle about it.
Decked out in this over-the-top Shakespearean outfit like he's about to direct a play.
It's all part of the show Q's way of messing with them from the get-go.
And it's not just the outfit, it's the accusations he's throwing at humanity, calling us a dangerous, savage child race.
And to prove his point, he throws Picard and the crew into those crazy simulations of human history.
Like that scene with the soldiers, brutal, almost barbaric. It makes you wonder if we've really come that far.
And then there's that line, kill all the lawyers.
People always laugh at that one.
But Q isn't joking. He's saying that even our systems of justice, even the people we trust to uphold the law, are capable of terrible things.
It's a sobering thought. But here's the thing that gets me about Picard. Even when Q is shoving all of humanity's failings in his face, he doesn't back down.
That's Picard for you. He's got this unshakable faith in humanity's potential even when we screw up.
He's not naive. He knows we've made mistakes, but he believes we can learn and grow and become something better.
And that's what Q is testing. He wants to see if Picard, and by extension all of humanity, will live up to those ideals.
And Q being Q, he doesn't just use words. He uses the Enterprise's mission to Farpoint Station as the ultimate test.
It's like he's saying, all right, Picard, you think humanity's so evolved, let's see how you handle this seemingly simple encounter with a new alien species.
And that's where the other half of this episode kicks in, right? While Picard's dealing with a cosmic court case, Riker's down on Farpoint Station. Things are just a little too perfect.
Yeah, the bandy seems almost too eager to please.
Like that whole thing with them offering Riker anything he wants and magically conjuring up food out of thin air. It's like something out of a dream.
Or a horror movie, depending on how you look at it. It's that unsettling feeling that something isn't quite right.
And now we've got Troy picking up on those waves of pain and loneliness.
She can sense that something's off, but she can't put her finger on it.
Even Data, with his supercomputer brain, notices that the Bandy City and that alien vessel that shows up later have a really similar design.
It's subtle, but it's a hint that things are much more connected than they initially appear.
And that's where things start to get really interesting. So last time we left Picard dealing with Q's little pop quiz on humanity's worthiness.
With a healthy dose of cosmic judgment on the side.
Definitely. But while that's happening, things at Farpoint Station are about to get a whole lot more complicated.
Because that's when that mysterious alien vessel shows up and things go from 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, they don't even try to hail the station or anything. Just show up and start shooting.
It's a pretty clear violation of interstellar etiquette, if you ask me.
Totally. And it puts Picard in a tough spot, right? He's got Starfleet protocol telling him one thing.
Don't interfere in the affairs of other species.
Yeah.
Prime directive and all that.
Exactly. But then he's also looking at what looks like a full-scale attack on the Bandy City.
It's a classic moral dilemma, and it really highlights what makes Encounter at Farpoint more than just a simple space battle.
It's about those tough choices. Those moments where there's no easy answer.
And it forces us to ask ourselves, what would we do in that situation?
Right. Would we stick to the rule book or would we trust our gut?
Especially when your gut's telling you something seriously wrong.
And speaking of gut feelings, Riker and the away team are starting to get those too.
They're picking up on those weird vibes, those subtle inconsistencies that just don't add up.
Like those magically appearing snacks.
Exactly. And this is where someone you might not expect steps up. Wesley Crusher.
Wesley, you mean the kid who's not even supposed to be on the bridge yet?
The one and only. He might not have years of Starfleet training under his belt.
Yeah.
But that actually works to his advantage here.
How so?
He's not bound by the same assumptions, the same preconceived notions as the adults.
He's seeing things with fresh eyes.
Exactly. He's the one who notices that the perimeter alert around the station is going haywire well before anyone else on the bridge does.
And of course, Picard being a little preoccupied with, saving humanity from Q, doesn't really give it much thought at first.
It's understandable, but it highlights an important point the episode makes over and over. Sometimes the most valuable insights come from the most unexpected places.
We can all learn something from that.
Definitely. So anyway, back to the away team. They finally beam over to that alien vessel.
And what do they find?
Let's just say it's not your standard starship. Imagine walking into a Salvador Dali painting.
Okay, trippy.
Totally. It's all organic curves and pulsating lights. Nothing like the sleek technology we're used to seeing on Starfleet vessels.
It's definitely not from around here.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And as if the weird visuals weren't enough, they find Groppler Zorn, the Bandy leader, trapped in this painful force field.
Oh.
Yeah, and Troy's empathic senses are going haywire. She's picking up on all this rage and hatred, but it's not directed at the away team.
It's aimed at the Bandy City at Farpoint Station itself.
Which makes zero sense.
Yeah, right.
Why would these aliens attack the Bandy only to target their own station?
Yeah, it's a head-scratcher.
And that's when Zorn breaks down and reveals the truth. The Bandy didn't build Farpoint Station. They found it, or rather they found the creature that became Farpoint Station.
Wait, what?
You heard me right. The whole station, it's a giant alien life form.
Okay, now it's starting to make sense.
The suspiciously advanced technology, the magical food, it was all coming from this creature.
The Bandy basically stumbled upon this incredible being, this space jellyfish with the ability to manipulate matter and energy, and instead of helping it, they enslaved it.
They turned it into a tourist attraction, a source of power.
Talk about exploiting a bad situation.
Exactly. And Data even called it earlier. Remember when he noticed the similarities between the Bandy City and the alien vessel?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It all points to the fact that both structures were shaped by the same kind of creature.
One enslaved the other, desperate to free its companion.
Talk about a plot twist. And suddenly the stakes just went through the roof.
Picard isn't just dealing with a diplomatic incident anymore.
He's caught in the middle of a cosmic rescue mission, with Q breathing down his neck the whole time.
And the clock is ticking. So picture this. You're Picard. You've got Q breathing down your neck, this alien ship about to blast Farpoint Station to pieces. And oh yeah, the station itself is actually a giant space creature being held hostage. What do you do?
It's the ultimate Kobayashi Maru. Like, there's no easy way out.
You've got Starfleet protocol saying non-interference is the prime directive, but then you've got this whole other species literally screaming out for help.
And let's not forget, the clock's ticking. If Picard doesn't act fast, those aliens might just decide to end the whole situation themselves.
And nobody wants that.
Exactly. So it all comes down to a choice, compassion, or protocol. What's more important in that moment?
And in a move that surprises pretty much everyone, Picard goes with his gut. He orders the Enterprise to fire on Farpoint Station.
Wait, what? He's going to destroy the station.
Not exactly. Remember, he knows the station is a living being. He's not trying to kill it. He's trying to free it.
Ah, I see. Disrupt the mechanism that's holding it prisoner.
Exactly. It's a huge gamble, of course.
I bet. One wrong move and they could end up making things even worse.
No pressure, Picard.
Right. But as usual, Picard's got a plan. And when that energy beam hits Farpoint Station, well, it's pretty spectacular.
Talk about your visual effects budget.
The whole station just erupts in this wave of light and energy, and then this magnificent creature, this giant space jellyfish, just emerges from the wreckage.
Talk about an unforgettable exit.
And then it gets even better, because that's when the other alien ship swoops in, and the two of them just kind of soar off into space together.
It's actually kind of beautiful when you think about it.
It really is. And Troy confirms it. She's getting these incredible readings from both creatures. Pure joy, relief, gratitude, like they're finally back where they belong.
So everything worked out for the best, right? Humanity passed Q's test with flying colors.
Well, Q being Q, it's never that simple. He gives Picard a nod, like, you did okay, kid, but you can tell it was a close call.
It's like Q saying, don't get cocky, I'll be back.
Exactly. And that's what makes Encounter at Farpoint such a great episode. It's a reminder that even when we do the right thing, even when we pass the test, there are always going to be more challenges, more dilemmas, more moments where we have to choose between what's easy and what's right.
It's a good reminder for all of us, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's what makes Star Trek in general so thought-provoking. It's not just about spaceships and phasers. It's about those big questions, those ethical dilemmas that we all face in our own lives.
It makes you think. And that's what we're all about here on The Deep Dive. So until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions, and most importantly, live long and prosper.